Yo, you already know it's your boy Prophet Pete. I know y'all don't see me all the time like y'all used to, but I'm all the way lit. I'm all the way live. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm still that guy. And when I last time I saw your girl, she really told me that same thing. She's like, yo, I couldn't wait for you to come back around. But you already know we got dope guests in the building, like we always do. We're gonna talk about this music, we're gonna talk about this hip hop. We're just gonna talk about how people can make it in this music industry, starting from the bottom and getting to where they are in the moment. And that's just what it is. And a lot of times, because I am Prophet Pete, I gotta hit you with that knowledge a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of knowledge. It's important to stop living in yesterday when we can really focus on what's going on today. But we do it so much and we're so accustomed to it that we don't even realize that doing things outside of our comfort zone is where actual success happens. The things that I've chose to do in my life, my family will always be able to eat off of it all day, every day, even after I'm gone. So stop living in yesterday, stop living in the what could happen tomorrow, and really just be in the moment. So without further ado, and I'm probably going to jack the name up, but all the way from Canada, like Tory Lanez, Canada, because I think he kind of does it like that. Canada, I don't know how that works, but he does it a certain way. But I think everybody from Canada probably has an accent. I don't know what Canadian bacon really tastes like, but we got Pice Scale in the building, which really sounds like me and him need to have a discussion. Right. So
How's it going, man?
what's going on, my brother? So
Not too much, man. Not too much, except this.
right. I don't know if I said it correct. I said Pice
Pie
Scale.
scale. Yep, that's right.
Right, so I
All
said it
good.
right. So, you know, Pice Scale being from Canada, and we spoke, and you was just really trying to get me to really pronounce it correctly. Being from New York, you being from Canada, I don't know if I did it right, but once you said scale, I'm like, is he moving weight?
Actually,
I'm like, is he a drug dealer? I wanted to know. Like, I really wanted to know. It's just one of those things.
no, actually, the way that I came up with my name is a really weird story. So I knew this guy, and he was real, like he was real gangster, he was real hood and everything. And he had this like he had this accent, like just like he had the like your stereotypical like don't mess with me type accent, you know what I mean? And just the way, like, I used to get in lots of fights. He would always just basically say, he would call me Pipes, because like in Canada, pipes, are your guns, that like that. So he'd call me Pipes, but he'd always be like, "Hey, little Pipes," like he'd call me little Pipes and all that. So like that's how it sounded. So I was like, okay. So when like years later, I Google the word Pice, which is on my hat. Oh, it's right there, which is Peyse. I Google it, and turns out it's like an extinct English word from like the 18 or 15, 16, 1700s that just means balance. So I took the pice and I took the kale, and it's basically a play on words that just means balance.
Interesting. And okay, so that particular explanation really just gave an introduction to you being an artist or your artistry, right? Because
Yeah.
individuals that are artists, right, they take things, common day things, and they put their spin on it, and they put it out there the way that you just did.
Yeah, I try to look at things in a really like obscure light. Like I try to see everything in a way that nobody else sees it. And it makes for really good art, and it makes for stuff like that. But I mean, it has its repercussions. Like my personal circle of like friends and stuff is always really small, because like I look at things really differently than most people, and that's just how I am.
Yeah, I could definitely tell you I'm an individual that's cut from that same cloth. So sitting there trying to speak to people or give them my view on things, I've been told, nah, I think you're crazy. And I'm like, why? Because you think like everybody else and I think outside the box? Or why am I crazy? Just because you can't see it my way.
Facts.
Abstract art and things like that, like finding the beauty in the things that we see on a day-to-day basis. Like you said something just a second ago, um, obscure lighting or like obscure vision. Like you look at it from not the beauty that is presented, but you look at it in a
I
way
look at
that
what's not there or what is almost there.
right,
Yeah. Damn,
right.
you're blowing smoke up my ass now and you're making me feel like, oh shit, maybe I'm kind of cool.
No, but you are, but we're really thinking about it, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it to like it's certain things that you know artists are even in this day and time today, right?
Yeah.
We spend way more time trying to fit in than
Mm,
really trying to be different. Like there is no that individuality is not cool. We know what's popular because of social media. So we emulate those things,
mm.
right? So when you sit there and you're like, I'm looking at what's not there, but everybody else sees this, why they can't see it this way? And then you being it just it's and I probably got some years on you, but it you putting yourself out there, you're that sacrificial lamb at that point. Like I'm going to be me. This is what I see. Either you like me, love me, or leave me alone. And there was an old hip hop song that was one of the bars in the song. And I think
Actually, you make a really compelling point. You said that sorry, I sometimes lose my track of thought. But yeah, no, I write my lyrics like you said, I look at things that are not there. Um so like the way that I write my all of my lyrics is I try to write them so that they make sense if you listen to them at surface value, just because I don't want to take anything away from the average listener. However, I also write my lyrics intentionally with a lot of ambiguity so that anybody listening can literally pull any meaning from the song and it can mean something personal to them and it can mean something different to anybody who listens because all my lyrics are ambiguous metaphor shit like that.
but I think the whole when it comes to music, it everything is in the metaphoric form, right?
Yes, but it's kind of it's hard to explain. Like if I can't even really like pull up an example. But it's not in the way that it's wrapped in metaphor and stuff like that. It's more so that I very intricately write every line or every couple lines so that they can actually mean a long list of different things just so that when people listen they actually can like pull their own like some it can mean something personal to them and I don't know, it's just the way that I go about writing.
If you think that, all right, so just speaking about this in the fashion that we're speaking about it, right?
Yeah,
Do you think that the way that you do it really contributes to the longevity of your music?
I think so. It depends on what I'm trying to write because also in my discography it's not immediately apparent right now because like a good chunk of the music that I have is just on the album that I'm putting out next month. So a lot of that stuff I can't really just be like, hey, look at this. But yeah, no, like I have a lot of different versatility, like a lot of versatility sound wise, and I think it contributes to the longevity just because when I'm writing different stuff like that, I can uh, I can choose how I go about it. Like it,
And
I don't know.
and I get it. I just what I guess I probably wasn't like super duper clear. in the question, but you know, the way you're saying somebody listens to it, the way you construct your music, the way you put the lyrics down, right?
Yeah.
Do you do it to the point where every time they listen to your song, they hear something different? Is that intentional or is that
Yes.
just okay? All right. So it's an
Okay.
intentional thing.
Actually, okay. So when
Yes,
you okay,
no.
you just said something else that kind of so yes, when they listen to each different song, they're getting something different. However, I do like to pay attention to the energy that that each specific song gives off, so I can make more songs that evoke similar feelings, but still give a different experience.
Okay. Now, you know, we spoke about things that to me, especially now, because everybody is so open and in communication, and we talk about these energies, chakras, and all these different things. How much of that plays a part in your music when you're making it? Because I know
I
you spoke about energy.
Well, I'm not like I've never really been like the aura chakra type really. Like I kind of got into it a little bit cuz like I do some occasional meditation and stuff like that. But I meant like uh it's kind of hard to put into words. One second. Sorry, can you like bring me back to my train of thought? I lost it.
um, it's just more of when
You
you
lost it
do
too.
it.
Look at you.
Yeah, no, I did because we started talking. So I was thinking about the next question I was gonna ask, and then you said bring me back. I was like, "Dag, I kind of left that."
Oh,
But all right, but
I 1 sec. I got it right back. I'll be real fast. Okay. I don't do like the chakra thing really. It's when I talk about the energy of a song, I mean like the vibe it gives off and the feelings this that the song evokes itself. So like sound wise, like if I make a pop song that sounds like this, I can make another pop song that sounds a little different, but kind of is in the same realm and is new and fresh. Or a rap
oh,
song or a, like trap metal
uh,
song or something.
right. So, who were some of your influences before you even got into music game?
Before I got okay. So
Before,
before I got into music, my first influence was my father. My when I was a little kid, my dad would go down into the like unfinished basement of our old duplex, and he would plug his electric guitar into his little amp, and I'd sit there and watch him like shred guitar solos. I was like, Jesus, that's lit. So I was always listening to like '80s stuff like Dawkins, Def Leppard, Skid Row, like bands like that and Metallica. My dad loves Metallica. Shout out to my dad. Shout out to my manager J9 too. I'll talk to him talk about him at some point. Um, yeah, no. And after that, I when I was 9 years old, my dad showed me a song from a band that I was a little familiar with, Mariana's Trench, which became my favorite band of all time. They're a Canadian group. They're really good. I love them. I wish they were bigger, but and then my so when I was 14, my girlfriend passed away and I was a musician at that point. Like I played music, I would do covers of songs. I was a guitarist. I shredded solos, I did stuff like that. When she died, I was immediately inspired to start writing my own music. So I wanted to start a rock band called Angel Fall. I did it with my buddy. We made a couple songs. We never recorded anything because we didn't have the gear. And then the thing that drove me to like disband rock, doing like exclusively rock music and switch over to like pop rap stuff like that. The artist that actually gave me the drive to do it was Lil Peep, which is a problem, but we'll talk about that later. XXX Tentacion. Um, and I always really loved Eminem when I was younger. I don't really rap like him, but I mean it's whatever. Hobson, Swizz, the funk volume is Jaron Benton, Dizzy Wright, stuff like that. Like I like literally everything. The only kind of music that I don't really get behind is country music because I can only count like I could count the number of country songs I like probably on one hand.
uh, and I get it, right? And all music is not for everybody, right?
Well, I mean, I love everything from classical music to brutal slamming math death metal. Like I literally love music as a whole, which is awesome. I
and I
love
can
that.
tell you, and I could definitely tell you, I probably can't name the artist or the song or whatever is going on, but if I was to hear it, I'm like, yo, that was my jam at one point. Like I used to listen to heavy metal for a long time.
I
Um,
really like I was rap like I listened to rock and metal for like the longest stretch out of any like music that I've really been into other than that. So like metal and rock is where I'm pretty much based, even though I make pop music and mostly. So I don't know, but I guess it counts as pop. But yeah, no, yeah.
what made you really say pop is where I need to go, or pop is where I'm going to? That's my lane, right? Because
Okay.
you made a
So
decision and said that's my lane.
I was working at a diner in Manville, Alberta. The diner is called Alberta's Own. It's a great place, great little tiny village. Love the fucking place. It's great. But I was working there. Sorry, had an alarm set. I was working there, and just one day in the middle of my shift, I had an idea. I was like, what if instead of Angel Fall, which was my rock band, I was like, oh, what if instead of Angel Fall being a rock band, it was a rap collective or something like Goth Boy Click? And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, that seems like a good idea. I was like, it could be more profitable because like to make money in rock and metal music nowadays, you almost definitely have to be somebody who's already established, or you have to be really fucking like good and new. Like, so there was that whole brain thing when I was at work and told my buddy about it. And then I really got into Lil Peep after he died. I'd never heard of him before. And as soon as I looked him up the day that he died, I heard awful things. And I was like, this is the kind of music I have to make. So I bring it back to what I said about Lil Peep being a problem. When I first started making music, I was 100% a Lil Peep clone. And it took me a while to get out of that shadow, even after I stopped sounding like him, really. And even now, like there's still little bits of influence. You can hear it, but that's just music in general. But yeah, it was hard to get out of that stigma.
Yeah, and I definitely understand that, because being a new artist, and just having some of those things come up, and you're like, oh, what's working, or should I do this, or should I do that, or this is what I grew up listening to. I'm an R&B hip hop kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up listening to. But I love a lot of other music, but the way that I present myself is really R&B and hip hop,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah,
new
see,
R&B.
that's actually that you made a good point there cuz like I make mostly like pop style music, like it's mostly singing as opposed to rapping, but I'm still like most people that follow me still consider me to be a rapper even though I mostly sing. So it kind of ties into that. You carry yourself as an R&B artist. I carry myself as a rapper even though I'm more of like a pop guy.
Right. And I don't rap, I don't sing. I'm a horrible singer, by the way. Like that is not even.
You know who
I
else is
don't
a horrible singer? Playboy Cardi.
Playboy, but and if we take it way, way back, wow, dag, and people are probably gonna crucify me for this one. But you say she's just a friend. He just passed away this year.
Who
A
did?
rapper, Biz Markie. Biz Markie passed away, and he was that guy
Oh,
that
I remember hearing about that. Bismarcky, yeah, I saw that on Instagram
right.
back when that
So
happened. I forgot about that.
this was like in the early '90s, and they was like, "Nah, you a horrible singer," but that song made millions of
Yeah.
dollars. But with him just singing the hook, he wanted
Yes.
somebody else, the person to show up. He only had enough money for a certain amount of studio time, so he said, "I'm gonna sing the hook myself." Beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, right? We get so caught up as being artists or just being personalities or whatever,
Mhm.
that we don't take the time out to say, yo, I'm not out here doing this for everybody else. I'm doing this for me. So whatever I'm
Facts.
gonna put out, whatever I sound like, guess what? That's what you're gonna get. If you get the beige wall in the background, or you get the Empire State Building, or you get the Canadian bacon picture in the back,
You love that Canadian bacon, eh?
right? I'm telling you, but I never really had it. So, but every time I talk to somebody from Canada, I'm like, what's up
I'm
with
gonna
this Canadian
I'm gonna
bacon?
let you in on something that's gonna disappoint you horribly. We do have Canadian bacon here, and we also refer to it as Canadian bacon because it's not bacon, it's just ham, sliced ham. That's all it is.
That's so,
Canadian bacon is just
oh,
sliced ham. We eat regular
man,
bacon too.
man. Oh,
Yeah, America's stereotypes about Canada are literally so fucked up. Canada is literally just like America plus Australia plus snow. That's it.
we just sound a little different, and y'all got more snow than we get. That's it, right?
We,
Right? 'Cause
we Canadians get
Australia
our
is warm.
personalities from Australia, and we get our entertainment and our stuff like that, like all our influence from America, and that's pretty much Canada.
So y'all don't got no kangaroos though, right? Yeah, got more
No,
like
we don't got
penguins.
no kangaroos. Frig, I
Yeah,
wish.
yeah, got
Actually,
penguins.
they're considered to be exotic, and you can't get kangaroos as pets. However, you can get wallabies and wallaroos as pets, which are just smaller versions of them, which is cool.
Interesting.
I want a
Interesting.
wallaby so bad. As soon as I am like really financially stable, I'm fucking getting one. They're like
All right.
3 foot tall kangaroos. Do you know how dope that would be? Like walk
Yo,
around the street, walk down the city with a backpack front on your chest with a little kangaroo poking out of it. Hell yeah.
oh yeah. I gotta get to Canada. Canada. Eh, Like I said, that's the way Tory Lanez does it. He's
Tory
Canada,
Lane got hit him with a Canada.
Canada. That's the way he does it. So I gotta respect it. So what I want to do is I really want to get into your video,
All right.
and we're gonna get in. We're gonna get into your video. We're gonna share the link via YouTube,
Hell yeah.
and we definitely gonna make this happen right now.
Sounds good, man. Let's do it.
Like I'm legally
Sure.
blind, so trying to pull this up is one thing, but we gonna get into it right now. So the link that you sent me, I don't know if you could see it on your end.
Is that the link that I sent you?
Well, I don't know if you sent it to me or if it was J9 that sent it.
Well, I can assure you that I am not Broly 500, but if you want, I can literally just
No. Well, okay. So we are not going to share that link, right?
I can like if you search up if you go on all you have to look for is Pie Scale. If you look for
All
Pie
right.
Scale on YouTube, you will literally just get a video by the exact same channel that is my song.
All right.
It's one of the first
So
results.
we about to do that right now, and we're gonna get this going. But I want to ask you, besides your influences as far as music, why it, and you said a lot of things, you know, during the time that you and I were speaking. You had your girlfriend passed away at a young age,
14.
right? 14, right?
Yeah.
14. You said, you know what? I really need to express myself. This is what I'm gonna do. But do you feel that the music industry in the according to the world, right? Is that a lucrative thing for you, or are you just doing it out of your passion?
Sorry, you cut out what was lucrative?
Or
I
are you
missed that
doing
last.
um is being an artist really that lucrative now because of the way the platforms have been able to monetize, and everybody could be an artist tomorrow, right? It,
Everybody can be an artist tomorrow. Yes, it's just that like these days it's like 10% music, 90% business. I know of this artist that I've listened to for like the last 2, maybe 3 years. Uh, Only one song of his regularly. His name is Swazik. He's from, I think, Cincinnati. But I found him like 2 years ago. I listened to his song. It's called "Do It Right." Amazing song. Gets like no numbers, and I'm like, this guy's gonna get somewhere. Like, because he has perfect studio sound. He has great lyrics, great voice. Everything is perfect. Like, and all of his shit is like that. And here we are 2 years later. His numbers are exactly the same, like 200 plays per song. Like this, like you need to know what you're doing business wise, or you're never going to get anywhere. And you got to take the time to learn. You can monetize yourself anywhere. Like you can sell stuff on Instagram. You can have like a merch store. You can get your royalties. You can sell vocal samples. You can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it is, and I gotta give it to the youth today, because that what you guys have today is not what we had then,
Yeah,
right? I was born in the era of, we really didn't have the internet. Like the internet was just born, like AOL and kind of things like that.
AOL was good.
Right,
I like the AOL sessions, man. They were always good.
right. But I think that what makes it great, where I think where the disconnect is that a lot of the artists today, just like you was talking about, the guy that you really paid attention to, 200 listens or whatever, right? Is because there wasn't the business aspect that was plugged in, but
Exactly.
because he didn't do, or he didn't operate based on what everybody else was telling him to do. Although he was great, he couldn't
Exactly.
succeed. But then we sit there and we watch people that are not nowhere near as great as that particular individual.
And they go like that.
Right, right.
I was
And that
I
was
was
a so.
actually talking to my cousin about that specific thing a little bit earlier. Like I told him that, like, you know how all he was talking about, all these like mainstream artists are all terrible and all like the chart topping hits and everything like that. And I basically told him, I was like, if you look into most of these artists, they have really good music in their discography. It's just that all of these singles are basically pumping dumb schemes from these record labels to get something stuck in your head so they can make more money and leave
Right,
all the meaningful shit for the album.
right. And it's cool. Everything is great. Like for me, there was a lot of things that happened, and I know you know who Soldier Boy is.
Soldier Boy,
Right,
I'd sell him.
right. It's Soldier Boy telling, right. So just even like getting into that, like that was a lot of the transitions in music, right? When we
Yeah,
sitting there, we went from the internet boom, right? The .com era to social media era and all that, right? Soldier Boy sit there and he could claim a lot of things. Soldier Boy was one of the first guys that went platinum on ringtone. But as artists, as you being an artist, do you think that you adapting to the trend, or whatever's popular now is you selling out, or is just
I
you make that sustainable for yourself?
I personally I try to stay informed on trends, but I also try not to adopt them too much unless it's something I actually have an interest in, because I like to try and stay true to myself, sort of thing.
And you know what? I respect you for that.
So like
110.
yeah.
I respect you for it, because I'm like, yeah, we got a dance trend going on. I'm not doing that. I'm a little too scared to sit there and be dancing and posting it online. Like I can't do that. I can't. Yeah, me, I'm not doing it.
No.
Right? But
I
everybody else want to do it. It's cool.
I tried getting into the TikTok, didn't really work for me.
Yeah. I can't do it. I have my daughter dance for me before I dance. Like I can't do it. So what we gonna do is I think I got the video now. So we gonna get into the video and we gonna talk about this music.
All
By my
right, sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Here we go. So here we go. This is it right here, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Down, take me into sometimes I feel never died. I feel like I'm still alive. God, what you did in days of weeks, taking time to find the light weed for the souls to bear. Try to cry, forget the lies, forget the pain, because you, babe, it don't matter now. Wish I seen you in the crowd. Can't you see I'm trying to hate you, girl? But for now, enjoy a world without seeing me in the street. In pain, I missed you in my sheets. Grab my gun and take my shot. Get my rope and tie my knot. Face the facts, cause it ain't you. We ain't born to live to lose. When I'm gone, I expect attention and exception made. The views are empty anyway. But who are you to judge? When I'm gone, I'll forget everything I knew, including you and all the petty fights and everything. I knew you'd miss me too.
Yeah. And we back, y'all.
Yeah.
And we back. So tell me a little bit about the inspiration and everything behind that particular track. And
So
also the whole visual. I really want to know a little more about the visual and why you went the anime way.
I will tell you everything right now. So the first thing, I'll take you all the way back. Like I'll try and make it semi quick though.
Okay.
So the first song I ever did as Pice Gale was called "I'm Always Right Here," and the beat was made by a producer called Sketch My Name, and so was the beat for "When I'm Gone." I was looking through his beats because I was looking for some new instrumentals and everything, and I heard that one, and I was like, I need to do something to this. And then I'm sitting there in my bed, I'm listening to this beat, and the only thing that I'm hearing in my head is "When I'm Gone," and I'm like, yeah. So I just kind of ran with that, and that I came out as a great song first try. Like I like it, but I like it. And as for the video, Sad Vibes Forever, the channel that published it, basically they hold like live listening parties. People can like pay a little bit of cash to get their song listened to on a stream. And basically I put that song in and I missed the stream, so I didn't get to hear what they thought about my song or anything. So I asked if they had a copy of the stream that I could like copy of the link so I could watch it. And the guy that ran the channel was like, sorry, man, they took it down because there was some copyrighted stuff in it. And I was like, oh, shitty. And then I just basically asked him if I could get an animated music video because that's what they do. And he was like, hell yeah. So I got one because he liked the song. And he said that during the live stream, they had like a whole conversation about how to pronounce my name. But yeah, no, it costed a little bit, and I was originally going to get them to use a different anime, but I let them do their own thing and they picked that one, and I decided to watch it after I saw the video. Great little mini series. It's called Plastic Memories. I'm just all around happy with everything that came out of that song, honestly.
And you know,
wait, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot to mention that I last year in December, or not December, but like the late summer to fall-ish, from like July to November, something like that, I was dating this girl. Her name was Caitlin. I'm not going to say her last name, but she ended up getting cancer, and I asked her if I could dedicate the song to her and if she was okay with that. And she said, yeah. And I mentioned that actually in the written blog interview that I did, that song was dedicated to her. It had already come out, but it's a single on my album. So I think that counts.
No, and I think that's wonderful, and you like the vibe of that song, the music, the video, everything, right? Like I said, I listen to all types of music, and that's something that I would really vibe out to. I don't get high, but I'll probably get high to that one.
Yeah,
I just like legit, like really get lost in my emotions in that song.
Well, when J9 told me, J9, my manager, shout out J9, love J9. He's a great dude, known him for like 2 years. But when he told me that, told me everything I needed to send in for this interview and all that, and to send in 2 songs, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to send in When I'm Gone and then one of the unreleased tracks from my album, just for the sole purpose that they both have wildly different sounds, and I think they showcase my versatility really well. So just so you guys could get a taste of that and everything on your end.
Right. So the other one is Rotten, right?
Right. Yeah. Right, that's the one.
Right.
Sorry, am I like, did I just push you to do play it earlier than you meant to? I'm sorry if I did that.
No. It's fine. It's fine because I know you got things you need to do, and everybody got. But I know that we limited on time. So what I'm gonna do is we gonna play this.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's just let me know if you hear it when I play it.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute my mic.
Can you hear it?
Morning me day to try. I got no feelings, I see through the day. Since my sleeves are the evil escapes. But I'm hungry, so I lay in wait. I am the government murdering rape. All of this shit will be following me. Take what I want, I don't want you to see. Pray to the hood if you're here to lie. I got no reason to hide. Even in hiding, I'm easy to see. I am a human that loves like a truman life. But a luring lies will accumulate. Into one of the cold like a human bait. Kill another from a star base. Don't give a fuck about human race. Arians up at the podium, begging to give you a holy gun. Same one they using to shoot at your kids, and they tossing their bodies into the abyss. What the fuck is it, the way that they dress? Shot up the block saying it's for the best. Perpetuating cultural address. Got an agenda to fill it with checks. Fucking ain't telling what they telling the truth. Never know all the systemic abuse. Signing in blood, the bottom of the page. I will protect you, but you'll never see me. I made a speech and I wrote it in shit. Y'all are too stupid for questioning this. I got a prisoner caught on the glass. Screaming in pain and I'm begging to ask to. You're here to lie. Murder me day in the drop. I got no feelings, I sleep through the day. Slits my sleeves so the evil escapes. But I'm hungry, so I lay awake. I am the government murdering rape. All of this shit will be following me. Take what I want, I don't want you to see. Pray to the hood is going to lie. Easy to see. I am a human living life like a truman life, but a luring lies will accumulate into one in a collective human base. Kill another for a store base. Don't give a fuck about human race.
I just realized that I was lip syncing to like most of that song, and it's probably going to be way out of sync.
But it's okay. It all works out. It doesn't even matter, right? So at that point, with the versatility, and I guess the versatility comes from the variety of music you listen to growing up, and then you being a guitarist and really just doing stuff based on what you saw your father do, right?
Yeah.
How does all that come into play with your art?
So I a little backstory. I play guitar, bass, drums, and I play a little bit of piano as well. So when I usually just lease beats for my songs. However, when I'm putting out a project, I usually also incorporate something else as well. Guitar was always my main instrument, so I usually do something with that. Just like an interlude track of me playing something really cool on the acoustic guitar, or just something to showcase my chops once in a while, just to let people, like, remind people, hey, I play guitar and I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, I get at, and um, there was a big variation between the two tracks, like a very large variation. But for me, right, I would say that having that variation will always keep you relevant. For me, the biggest thing in music was when we decided we was going to mesh hip hop and rock and roll.
Yeah. I like to, and I found that when I switched from doing rock music over to doing what I'm doing now, I can still do, I can still write in a similar way that I used to, which was honestly relieving because I don't have to, change everything about the way I make my stuff, which is nice.
Yeah. So I think it's awesome. So before we get up out of here, because I know you got some things that you gotta do, and then we on that Canada time, right?
Canada,
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 Tory Lane style,
right?
Canada, Canada.
Canada. I don't know why he says it that way, and then he always does stupid shit to get himself deported, but I don't even know. But then he come back, Canada, right?
Well, I
So
mean,
shout out to Tory Lanez. Shout out
yeah,
to him.
actually, but before we do go, I have one more thing that I keep forgetting to mention. When you and I were first, when we were like first talking before we started, you mentioned something about, the Canadian accent and everything. So I wanted to just touch on that. So first of all, you're from New York, right?
I don't have an accent.
How
That's
many
all I'm
times a week how many times a week you crossing the road and you go, I'm walking here?
Hey, I don't talk to people though. I'm just saying.
No,
From New
I'm just
York, when
playing,
we
but
just
like,
look at people, I'll be like,
Canada is actually a really, really big country. So there are several accents for different spots. Like when
really?
it comes to like the Maritimes, like all the islands out on the coast, on the east, or yeah, the East Coast, they have a very specific accent. And most of my family on my mom's side, and I think my dad's side, are from the Maritimes. So like my extended family, like my grandparents and stuff, they got those accents still.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
there, boy, so why don't you come over here and do something with me or something like that? Like it's just,
Interesting. It, but I would say this. I love the accents because I like to. If we're not from the same place, I know that we do speak different and whatever it is.
yeah.
But I love to hear it.
Yeah,
Like,
I like that stuff too, actually.
and I love that you're in Canada. Actually, I'm in Baltimore right now. I'm not even in New York, but I'm from New York. just for us to be able to connect the way that we was able to connect. And then
Yeah.
we got J9 that is not even in the two places that we are.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And he's a great guy. He really
Right.
is.
And I just love how we're able to do those things. So, you know, I'm always going to be like, yo, you got an accent. And then you probably be like, you got an accent too. And I'm like, nah, but I don't. But it's only because I'm used to sounding like this. Right.
I used to like learn accents. So like, how do you know I'm speaking with my real accent and I'm not secretly Australian?
Right. Because I
Hey,
did get
fucking
the
right, you got
Australian
that, you fucking-
vibe a little bit from you, my guy. Like that. That's kind of just the way it was going. I was like, yo, you from the what is it? How they say it? I know it's something down under. It was Crocodile Dundee used to say that shit all the time.
Oh, Thunder from Down Under.
Right. So that was his little catchphrase. So I'm like, no, but you sound like Crocodile Dundee right now. But you say you all the way from North. Like you closest to the North Pole to me. So,
Facts.
so you know, I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think that, you know, with technology, the world has become smaller, but we're so used to it becoming smaller that we really don't take the time out to actually learn each other and really vibe with each other. And I'm just gonna say that I love what you bring to the table, and I can't wait for the album to drop and everything just to go the way that it is. I'm a real visual person, so I'm definitely gonna be looking for more visual.
Yeah.
So-
like visual.
You know, right? Like the t-shirt. Now that t-shirt is hot. Like if I could get something like that, I would wear it.
That's funny.
Hey.
My mother's going to be watching this interview. My mother hates this shirt. And every time I go out in public, I get lots of compliments on it. So every time I get a compliment on it, I let my mother know. So when she's watching this interview, right at the very end, she's going to see this.
Right.
And
Just
she's
send
going to
the
know
link.
it's
Be
a
like,
good
yo,
shirt, Mom.
Papa Pete said that shirt is popping. I need
I
something
love this
like
shirt.
that because I like the colors. I love the colors. I like to stand out and just pop. Like I like to be the one that
Wish. I got it on Wish. Buy all
but
my
it's a-
drip on Wish. I'm too broke for that good stuff.
right. And so it's one of those things, and I just gotta say, bro, we gonna say this ain't gonna be this is the first one, but this ain't gonna be the last one.
Hell
we
yeah.
gonna stand, we gonna make it happen, and we gonna do what we do. So go
That's what I
ahead,
like to do.
handle your business, bro, and we gonna chop it up. And I respect you, and don't stop
yeah.
doing what.
Thank you so much. You too, man. Have a good one. Nice
All right,
talking to
brother.
you.
All right, take
Peace.
it easy. Yo, so you already know it's your boy from Prophet Radio. And why? Where I do what I do. And you already know we bring to you all types of guests from all walks of life. And doing what we do, I stand up just like you can stand up. But I'm the dude that's going to beat on my chest and tell you, yo, either you going to like me, love me, or leave me alone. And before we get up out of here, we going to get to this red rum joint. You already know it's your boy, Prophet Pete, from the city that never sleeps. And I'm the nigga that don't eat street meat. You heard? Wow, but only New York niggas know about that.
Red rum.
6 million stories in the street. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat. I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cubans and smoked with the chiefs. Repeat. 6 million stories in the street. 24/7 grind, my kind don't sleep. Till my name up in lights for y'all niggas to beat. It's murder in reverse. Mark of the
Put
beast.
niggas to sleep eternally. Once the odds blows, box me in, get shot in your whip, Camacho. Roar like sugar boogers, leaving your snot froze. Beef with this pothead, turn to a pot roast. Social distancing skills, ills you were not close. 6 feet deep, rest in place, I will not post. Unmarked graves, anybody who got smoke, ear to ear, surgical blades to your pops roll. 50, fuck 12, got no love for Gestapos or police lovers. Suffering from Stockholm. My nigga 730 like we not home. Freestyle guillotine off the head of a cop's dome. Nickel plated Beretta plus the Glock chrome. Couldn't see eye to eye with eye, call it glaucoma. You in tune with the goons who rock most. Leave them slumped like they sippin' doing the walk toast.
Hey yo, no more Mr. Modest. Nigga, I'm the hottest. I emerge from the dark to feast on your carcass. I'm fly. You scared of heights like B.A. Baracus. I give niggas oseritis like Mackay and Clockers. I roll with the mobsters like Nicky Santino. On Saturday night, I'm live than Vinny Barbarino. You niggas better slow down, Bobby Valentino. Bobby, I'm hotter than ghost peppers and jalapenos. You in the presence of a boss. My trap clicking, not to mention I'm dripping with sauce. This is fact, not fiction. Niggas try and mimic and find out the hard way. This is not a gimmick. This is Kane and Menace. You get flames finished, you lame. This is not for you. Mind your business. I set fire to your village and bounce with the goods and your bitches. I came up in the jungle where it's vicious. 6 million stories in the street. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat. I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cuban and smoke with the chiefs. Repeat. 6 million stories in the street. 24/7 grind, my kind don't sleep. Till my name up in lights for y'all niggas to beat. It's murder in reverse. Mark of the beast.
Yo, you already know it's your boy Prophet Pete, and I'm here in the building with you, and we do what we do every week, just bringing you dope music, connecting you to people that are really doing what they believe in. And we spend more time doing what we know is not for us instead of doing the things that are going to elevate us. So when are we going to really just say, hey, fuck the world. I'm going to do what I need to do for me. And the world has taught us that us doing that is actually moving in the realm of being selfish. I know what I need for my life and for what is going to make me happy. I don't care what social media says. I don't care what my parents might say, my siblings might say, or whatever. Like, I know what I need. I know what I want. I'm going to do that regardless of what the outcome is. We spend more time focusing on what could go bad that we don't even attempt to do anything for it to go bad. We sit there and we maintain that level of complacency that just keeps us in the same place. So I'm going to say tonight, let's set complacency on fire. Let's set the stagnance on fire. Not moving forward, not knowing the way to move to make things better. But because we don't know how to make things better, we just stay where we at, aka complacency. One more time, if you didn't know what it was, I think you need to take the time out. Everybody got a smartphone in their hand in 2021. Google it, right? It's Googleable. But if you don't want to have nothing to do with it, you ain't gonna Google it and you go where you at. So don't get mad when your shit still be going the same after 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30 years. You doing the same shit. You buying the same Bustelo from the same Spanish grocery store in the hood because you didn't even realize that they done built the whole neighborhood outside of Spanish Harlem. That's your fault. Narrow-minded, narrow thinking is only going to keep you in the same place of where you are all the time. Elevate yourself. Because the last time I looked, I'm always going to eat. And I'll eat without you, but I would rather eat with you. You heard? And we out of here, boy. It's your boy, Prophet Pete. I'm sorry, I was standing on my soapbox for a little bit. So we going to get out of here. You heard? Bang.
Well, you got your pretty diamonds and you got your fancy clothes and your chauffeur drives your car. You let everybody know, but don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire.
Burning nigga, I burn cats. Snuff the shit out of niggas, flip your lids cap. You're out of your league, fish out of water. Bar this man till you leave you in a total slaughter. I don't discriminate, anybody could get it. Under dick like a shovel, can you dig it? Put a fork in these clowns, these dudes is finished. I confess to the murder, homie, I did it. You plus me would never equal math, but you against I guaranteed I blast. Bully foot motherfuckers with kicks in your ass. Don't associate with garbage niggas, do a song I pass. I can't relate or demonstrate or whack niggas fake or fabricate. Keep talking that talk, get terminated on sight. Jokes get ill for tonight. I'm throwing with the hammer, you gonna feel my mic block. Bullet sides of door knockers, feel 1,000 deaths when I drop it.
Your pretty diamonds and you got your fancy clothes and your chauffeur drives your car. You let everybody know, but don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire.
Hands said to get him, so I'ma get him. Switch cheese your body with hoes, bullets will fill him. Only Lord knows when I get him, I'ma end him. This is an actual fact, I'm not kidding, call me Chucky. This is child's play with the bars. Jukes, diamonds, razor blade, give you permanent scars. You soft like Charmin tissue, but you swear you hard. Roundhouse bitch, niggas right through sheetrock walls. Don't play with me, 'cause I'm nothing to play with. Devo uppercut, you getting that facelift. JU double X diamonds, I stay grinding. This is it, this is now, understand. It's perfect timing, and that time it is now. And it ain't no backtracking. And this is real life, no scripts and no acting. The best of the best, I'm on my grind. They call me diamond 'cause I shine block. Bullets rain, nigga, who shot ya? Feel 1,000 deaths when I drop ya.
Your pretty diamonds and you got your fancy clothes and your chauffeur drives your car. You let everybody know, but don't play